sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X. Thus, the Powerpuff Girls were born! Using their ultra superpowers, Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup have dedicated their lives to fighting crime and the forces of evil!
I'm a psychic because I know 3 things you're thinking right now. Number 1, is that really Cris Cyborg? Number 2, that ass. And number 3, you're feeling a little bit funny inside, aren't you? You never thought you feel this way about Cyborg. Anyway, I just want to give a quick disclaimer with my previous joke. I'm not saying that Cris Cyborg looks like Vanderlei Silva. I'm just saying, like Tito is going to explain right now.
Like when Vanderlei Silva, when he was in his prime, how good she is, but she has wrestling, she has jiu-jitsu, she has everything to make a great mixed martial artist.
Not like...
I said, when I saw her at the MMA Awards, she looked like Vanderlei Silva in a dress and heels.
So with that all cleared up, Cyborg defeated Holly Holm at UFC 219 to retain her featherweight belt. And Cris Cyborg went the distance with Holly Holm, which was quite surprising to a lot of people, but to me, I predicted it. So I just have to give it up to Holly Holm. Holly Holm did amazingly well. Holly Holm stood there and fought with Cris Cyborg. And not only did she just stand there and fight, she did something that a lot of women can do. She made Cris Cyborg bleed.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
So in this video, I'm not going to be talking about Cyborg's past history with, drugs and her failed tests, because that would just make the video too long. So what I'm just going to focus on in this video is who I think can defeat Cris Cyborg. And there's not many. So while I was making this video, I was told that Megan Anderson would be fighting Cris Cyborg next. But now that's changed, and it's looking like Amanda Nunes will now be fighting Cris Cyborg. So I decided to look at the UFC rankings to find, a woman that could stop Cris Cyborg. And when I was going through the list, there's literally nobody in that female featherweight division. So what I had to do was, I had to hop over to the bantamweight division and see if there was any women in this division that could maybe go up in weight. So we have Amanda Nunes, Valentina Shevchenko, Holly Holm, Juliana Pena, Raquel Pennington, Joanna Randami, Katlyn Ngannou, Katlyn Vieira, Sarah McMahon, Ronda Rousey, and Marion Renault. So I'm just going to look at the top 10, and first I'm just going to look at the women that have fought at 145. So obviously Holly Holm, who lost to Cyborg, and then we have the other one who's Joanna Randami. So when I was doing some research, I found out that Joanna Randami had a fight with a man. A legit fight with a man. So, I clicked on it to make sure it was real, and lo and behold, it's a real fight. So that kind of got me thinking. Joanna Randami would rather fight a man than Cyborg. She'd rather fight a man than Cyborg, which I think is crazy, but she can do whatever she wants. So again, we're looking at the list. Another good candidate would be Amanda Nunes. So Amanda Nunes on paper would be a pretty decent fight. It would be a very exciting fight. But like Amanda Nunes even says in this interview, that she's a small 135, which I don't believe, but that's what she says. And she says that Cris Cyborg is huge for 145, which I agree with.
Cris is a huge for 145. I'm little for 135. To fight Cris Cyborg, I have to train in a specific way, to get more muscles and be more strong.
So really, I feel like there's an insidious motive between this fight. Because clearly, Amanda Nunes doesn't really want to fight Cris Cyborg, and obviously Cyborg doesn't really care. She just wants to beat up whoever's in her way. So I kind of feel bad for Amanda Nunes. But the insidious side is Dana White doesn't like either of these fighters, so it's kind of like a win-win for him. Either he sees Amanda Nunes get smashed and destroyed, or he sees Cris Cyborg lose, and then he has a female fighter that has 2 belts. So it's a kind of a win-win for Dana. And I can't help but feel that Amanda Nunes is just being thrown to the lions, or to the Cyborg. Anyway, let's go on to my list. What I had for my list was Kat Zingano and Gabby Garcia. Yes, that is Gabby Garcia. So on further examination of my list, I had a sudden change of heart. So starting off with Kat Zingano. The reason why I had Kat Zingano in my list was because Kat Zingano has some of the best takedowns I've seen by any woman, and she's incredibly strong. And going up to 145 wouldn't be that hard. She beat Miesha Tate, she beat Amanda Nunes, and yes, she did lose to Juliana Pena, but that was a pretty close fight, and I feel like, maybe Kat Zingano just wasn't on form that day. And yes, she did lose to Ronda Rousey in spectacular fashion. But, the bantamweight division is very funny because Holly Holm beat Ronda Rousey, but then Holly Holm lost to Miesha Tate. But then Miesha Tate lost to Amanda Nunes. So it's like a weird thing, where it's kind of like different types, like Pokemon. Grass beats water and all that kind of stuff. But let's be honest, all of that is ineffective against somebody like Cris Cyborg. Just does no damage to her. So Kat Zingano, no. So let's go on to Gabby Garcia. And yes, that is Gabby Garcia. She is big. She is a very big woman. I mean, come on, like, I know size doesn't always matter, but size would have to matter in this fight. But the problem with Gabby Garcia, I think she's a little bit too big. And this next clip I'm going to show you, I shall be translating. So let's go.
はい、ガルシア選手、107.7。
She makes his way. What the hell?
キログラムオーバーとなります。
What you been eating? What you doing? Stop sucking it in your belly. You're a disgrace. I'm not fighting this woman. You're more like Godzilla. No. This is ridiculous. Get your shizzle together. What the hell are you? What the F? So Gabby Garcia was supposed to have a fight recently in Japan, but she missed weight by like 26 pounds. So let's look at this clip. Gabby Garcia's last fight. She's fighting against a lady that thinks she's in the WWE. And it's not just any old lady. Actually, it is an old lady. She's literally an old lady. And she just destroys her. She has no compassion. Again, another reason why she's not going to fight Cyborg is because they're best friends. And they train together. And on top of that, Gabby Garcia's stand-up is quite sloppy. And Cyborg would probably just destroy her. And could you ever really see Gabby Garcia coming into the UFC? I couldn't. So I had to look at Bellator to see if there's any ladies in Bellator that could beat Cris Cyborg. And I found a lady called Julia Budd. And Julia Budd seems pretty good. She seems legit. She has a really good record, which is 11-2. She's got a Muay Thai background. And her kickboxing record is 10 wins with 2 losses. Which is, really good. But in her last kickboxing fight, guess who beat her? Drained her enemy. It's kind of weird. But she got her own back against Drained her enemy in an MMA fight. She actually beat her. So those 2 losses I mentioned earlier, guess who she lost to? Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey. So it just makes me think, I don't think Julia Budd could defeat Cyborg, but you never know. So it got me thinking a little bit more. Like, who was the last lady that beat Cyborg recently? Because Cyborg doesn't have a perfect record. So I came across a lady named Joanna Barr, who actually defeated Cris Cyborg back in 2011 in a Muay Thai fight. So I was thinking maybe Joanna Barr could transition into MMA and challenged Cris Cyborg for her featherweight belt. But no, she already tried MMA and she had 3 losses and 1 win, and since then has retired. So that idea went down the toilet. So really, I'm lost for ideas. I have nobody that could defeat Cris Cyborg. None. I thought Gina Carano was gonna come back, but she's stuck doing movies, and honestly, I don't blame her. You know, why destroy your pretty face and, you know, get head trauma? Ronda Rousey, yeah, Ronda Rousey's got too many holes in her game, and destroyed by Amanda Nunes and Holly Holm. So really, this is all down to Amanda now. Maybe Megan Anderson can step up and try to fight Cyborg, but I really don't think so. I really hope Amanda Nunes can shock the world and, you know, pull off a, you know, underdog victory, but I can't see it happening. So I think the featherweight division is just doomed, and it's Cyborg all the way. So the UFC tried their best to destroy Cyborg, but failed. So Skynet updated Cyborg and put Cyborg on a vegan diet. This meant she was able to drop weight and fight in the bantamweight division and become the new bantamweight champion. But Cyborg wasn't done there. She wanted all the belts. If you're listening to this, I would like to give you a big thank you. I know some of these jokes aren't that great, but you know, I'm still new to YouTube, so give me some time. Hopefully I will improve. Some of the ideas I have in my head, I can't really get them out onto the computer yet. I need to get some better software, so hopefully I'll do that in the future. And if you've got any suggestions for another video or any ideas on how I can improve this channel, please let me know, because you know, I look at all the comments right now. And yeah, just again, thank you, have a great day and take care.